You cannot make somebody have a pure reaction if you are not pure yourself. It is wrong to enforce yourself upon another. Yeah, I can see how now I can see it. My life does not always go with us just forcing you to do something you do not want to do. And you cannot say that I forced you to do something that you put upon your own self to do. It's not moral. In other words, I cannot take you by the arm and cut you with a knife and said, you made me do this. No. You cannot take away somebody's freedoms and say, they made me do it. They made me take their freedom. Or they made me take something away. Christ went to the cross. And he also said, pick up your cross and carry it. Pick up your cross and follow me. Well, he never said that that cross was going to be light, like a feather, or it was going to be just. It wasn't just for him to have a cross and be able to carry it. It was not just. The government was upon his shoulders. This cross that you are bearing, it's not from the Creator. This cross is from the others that think that they can rule over you and treat you as if you are the terrorist. And I don't see how they can justify themselves in front of the Creator. You know, do unto others as you would do unto them or yourself. You should not want to hurt anybody. And if they put your hands on your property and I don't care who you are going to have a natural reaction. It's a natural reaction. You are not going to curb yourself from this natural reaction. It's going to come right and naturally. That's like, you can't say that I done something when you're the one that provoked my natural reaction. I hope I'm making myself plain and clear. Today's date is, it was Saturday, March the 19th. On this day, I believe that's what the day is. I better check it and make sure I'm right. Yeah, on the 19th. Yeah. I tell you what, you, you cannot have the conscience and say that you are the right human being to say that you are more righteous than someone else. You cannot say that you are righteous and force yourself on somebody else. You can't. You cannot take and say I'm better than you are. You can't say that you are nothing. You are nothing at all. But me, I'm everything. I'm better than you are. You can't say that. Who do you think that you are? You're nobody. You're nobody. You become less. You become less because you think you're above somebody else. Yeah, it's like, the Pharisees. Oh God, I'm so righteous. I don't want to be like these people over here. And then you got another one over here. It says, Lord, forgive me, for I am a sinner. So who do you think that God is really actually going to pay attention to? The guy that says I'm better than that person over there? Or are you going to say that God's going to hear the person that says, Lord, forgive me, I'm a sinner? You see, if you look at this in a perspective of somebody saying that I have a right over your person, papers, houses, and effect, where do you stand? You stand out in the cold because this person thinks that they are better than you. And people let this go. They let it go. They think, oh no, these people are great. They put their lives on the line. Really? Do they actually put themselves on the line? Do they actually go out and put themselves in front of somebody with a gun that's going to be shooting you? No, they're not. They're too cowardly. So they they pick on the weak people to get their ego to be up there. It's all nothing but an ego trip. And it's okay if you get hurt. But oh no, don't even touch me. Do not lay a finger on me. Don't touch me. Oh, this is them saying that. It's okay if they touch you. They can touch you all they want. They can even fondle you. They can stick your hands or stick their hands right inside your crotch. Yeah, and they can squeeze it. they can take, and if you're a girl, they'll take you and they'll put their hands right under your boobies and they'll flaunt you. Now come on. They literally rape you. They literally rape you of everything. As a human being, they don't care. But as a dog or anything that you think is disgusting, that's what they think. Let's go back to the Bible. And this king went to one of these prophets. He says, I want to curse Israel. And so they went off, and the guy said, I can't curse Israel. He said, I will give you anything you want. Just curse Israel. I'll make you a rich man. Curse Israel. And the guy couldn't. God said, no, you're not going to curse him. You are not going to curse him at all. So they parted ways. A little bit later, the king came back to him. The king says, curse him. Curse him. He said, I can't curse him. God won't let me. I think he done it 3 times, but I'm not for sure. It might have been just 2. I'm going off of old memory. But he looked at the king and he said, "Yo, king, I can't do that. God won't let me." He said, "But if you put some whores, prostitutes in amongst them, they will curse theirself." So, I'm going to tell you, if you got 3 people that has came together and that has one mind with one accord that says your property and your body does not belong to you, it belongs to me, I guarantee you them people are cursed, and they are millions of them. There's millions of these people that are cursed because they choose to try to curse God's anointed. They think that they have done something right when it is wrong. They say they do things that are right, that is wrong. You cannot take a 23-year-old man and me, 57 years old, and take and try to infringe on my rights or on my property. Especially when I got my grandbabies with me, and you don't think I am not going to step up for my grandbabies? I will die for my grandbabies. I will die. Look, a person that loses their life has gained their life. And you think that you're going to force me to do things that is wrong? I don't think so. I will stand up. You might as well go ahead and take a bullet and put it in my head. I am not going to let anybody do anything to my body. I will punch somebody and you'll have to kill me. Because I'm not going to put up with it. I'd rather be with the Lord than I would to be with around a bunch of people that don't care about me. Oh, but we care. It's all for your safety. How in the hell is it my safety for you to put your hands on me? How in the world is it right? How is it my safety when you do me wrong? and force me to go against what I want. It is not. You can't say that it is. Nobody forced you to steal that candy bar. You did it all on your own. Nobody forced you to do this. You did it all on your own. Don't put that monkey on my back, 'cause it ain't gonna stay. It's a crying shame that people really do think that they have a right over you. Do you not think that I was going on my merry way? I don't even know who you are. I know what you are, but I don't know who you are. And you forced me to stop against my will. Then you forced me to push you out of my way because of fear of my life and my baby's lives? Do you think it's right? Do you absolutely think it's right? No, it's not. It's not right at all for anybody to put their hands on anybody. The Bible says treat your neighbor as yourself. It doesn't say go over there and beat the shit out of them because you think it's right and because they won't do something that you want them to do. No, I'm safe. The only thing that's hurting is my pride and my private parts where they put their hands all over it. And me not being able to go to the bathroom when I needed to go. It isn't right. It's wrong. It is totally wrong that people think that they have more authority over you than what you do. No, Christ has authority over me, not you. You are nothing, and you are your father, the devil. And what your father loves, that you will do. Yeah. You know, what you do, I don't care what it is written in a book. Yeah, it's called your DNA. God said, I call heaven and earth against you. You got life and death. Choose life. Let's see if I can't find it. Here it is, Deuteronomy 30, 19 and 20. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you. How in the world does God record? How does He record what I do on a daily basis? You're not going to believe this. But your blood. Go back to the Garden of Eden when Cain slew Abel. Your brother's blood cries from the ground. Okay? That I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. You either get blessed or you're going to get cursed. And that's on a daily basis. You eat, that's a blessing. If you can get up and have your bodily function, that's a blessing. If you breathe, that's a blessing. If you get to see your loved ones, that's a blessing. The curse is when you go against your loved ones and you're not able to see your loved ones anymore. I don't want nothing to do with you. You did me wrong. I don't want anything to do with you. How about your children? You do your children wrong. You're not, you're not right, man. You're not right. When you do kids wrong, you traumatize my kids, my babies. They're not physically my babies, but my grandbabies. They're my grandbabies too. And I happen to love them very much. Alright. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. Yeah, it's nighttime. It's 2 o'clock in the morning here. And everybody's asleep at me. I can't sleep. Okay. So, you know, you can see this. Choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. Well, how do you choose to live? You pick up your cross and you follow Christ, no matter how hard that burden is, that your cross is, no matter how hard it is. Yeah, I'm scared. I really am scared. But you know what? My trust is in the Lord. And it's going to be for the Creator God. No matter what. Alright, and thou mayest love the Lord thy God. Look, love God. Don't love what your job is. Or who, so, I see, your superiors, your boss, your whoever, whatever, that think they have rulership over you and make you do the wrong thing. You see, this is a chain. It goes from one person to another person. One person is over the other. This is what you're going to do today. And if you say it's wrong, you're going to have a whole bunch of other people against you because you're not on the same page as them. Okay, and thou mayest obey his voice. Now, obeying his, pick up your cross and follow me, that thou mayest cleave unto him. You cleave unto God because you're carrying that cross. You're going to be carrying that cross, that old nasty piece of wood. You're going to be carrying it. It's all the burdens. For he is thy life. Christ is your life. And the length of thy days that thou mayest dwell in the land which the Lord swore unto thy fathers, unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them. To give them. What land is this? This is talking about heaven. Heaven. It ain't talking about the land that is here, because you're not going to get it now. You get it after Jesus Christ comes and straightens everything out on this earth. You'll get it back. But until a new heaven and a new earth, you're stuck in this one. Pick up your cross and follow Jesus Christ, because he's the one that is right. He's the life. He's the death. He is everything. Everything to you. Your breath. Your eyesight. He's everything right now to you. How can a person really actually walk without Christ? You do evil things. Evil things you do. Very evil things. Forcing people to do things that they don't want to do. You force them. You can come up with all kinds of a what if, or this is like this because. No. I don't see that happening. I don't. You have a place. And you are to stay in that place. You are not go out of that place, especially for the almighty dollar. That factitious dollar that's not going to save your soul. It's not going to help you not one bit when Christ comes and says, "Depart from me, I never knew you." God says, "Touch not my prophets and do my anointed wrong." Let's see, how's it go? Saying, "Touch not mine anointed and do my prophets no harm." If you do, you're going to be cursed. You are going to be cursed. You can't do things on your own and think that God's going to accept it. No, You have to accept God on His terms, not your own terms. You cannot say, "Hey, this is the deal." It's not going to work that way. God don't work that way. God doesn't work that way. There's no way that you can go up to God and say, "Hey, I made you." How about the potter? No. Nope. Nope. Oh, by the way, do my prophets no harm? That's in Psalms 105:15. Just so you can go look it up and read it if you want to. Jesus wants you to treat others.
Power off.
It's my speaker. Jesus wants you to treat others as you would want to be treated. If you want to be treated like trash, live like trash. If you want to be respectful, then you respect others. And it starts at the home. The respect starts at home, not to the stranger. You only see them for a short time, but you're with your loved ones all the time, your relations, the people that is around you. That's your neighbor. This gripey old woman over here, that's my neighbor. Sure, I might have said things that I shouldn't have said to her, but when you get caught off guard like that, you can't help it. You just can't help it. It's in your nature. You were born in sin, and sin you will know. Throughout your whole life you will know sin. But to force yourself on another is not love. It's being a rapist. You are raping people. And without their knowledge. And you're saying, "I'm better." It isn't right. Ain't right at all. You know, people say that this is God's world. God may have made it, but we are treading on Satan's ground. Go read the Bible. It'll tell you. And Satan put him up on a pinnacle and said, "If you worship me, I'll give you all this." Well, what in the world is he talking about? Cities, towns, and all of it belongs to Satan. Who do you have protect you? Only Christ. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared right now. But I will make it through Christ. Okay, you're not going to see this video on anything but here, because I'm going to be working on this and trying to explain what happened to me. Well, Saturday, we went and picked up the grandbabies. And we were on our way back home. And we went through a license check. And I gave the costume man that has on a costume a piece of paper, and you have to stop it, but I'll insert it here. And he told me that he wanted my driver's license. And I told him, I said, you don't need them because you can get it off of my tag. And he went back and looked at the tag, and he came back up. And he said, I want your driver's license. Do you own the vehicle? And I said, yeah. He asked me that 3 times. And I told him yes. Well, he went over to another cop, and he says, we have a sovereign. Like, that word is not a term. Well, that cop came over, and he told me he wanted my driver's license. I told him no. He said he wanted me to go over in the parking lot. Or was it the first cop? But one of them wanted me to go over in the other parking lot. And I told him no, that I didn't have to. Look, this is America. It's free. It's supposed to be free. You got a Constitution and all. And that's what the judges say, that you have a right. What kind of what's the court thing I'm trying to think of, Rick? Supreme Court. Says that you have a right to live by the Constitution. Well, I guess he didn't like it. He reached his hands in the window, which we know. Why we didn't, I don't know. I have no idea. We know to film the cops no matter what. But this time we forgot. It'll be okay. I'm not going to get too mad about it. It's neither one of our faults. There's no need in putting any blame. But he reached in the car. Now I remind you, I got the babies in the car. I don't know this human being that's flesh and blood just like me. But yet, he puts his hands in my car and tries to turn off my engine. I'd already had it in park. It was already in park. So, he didn't have to fool with that. And, oh no, it didn't go all the way. And then he tried to pull me out of the car door. But whenever he reached in to get the keys, I took his hands and I pulled them back. And when he tried to pull me out of the car, I tried to close the door back, like, you're not supposed to get in my car. These are reflexes of nature. They're natural reflexes. And he had no business to do that. So, he pulls me out of the car, and he wants to arrest me. So, whenever they pulled me out, and I was, let's go up a little bit, and all I did was just put my hands behind my back. I did not hit, do any bodily harm to the guy. None. And he took me over in front of another police car, and they called that one woman over, police woman, over to frisk me. Okay? So, or let's put it, groped me. Roped me. Yeah, that's the way I feel about it. And then they put me in a cage. Now, but let me tell you, that woman that groped me, I did not like that a bit. I did not appreciate her doing me that way, especially out in public. It's not right for people to do other people that way. But she stuck her hands right in between my legs, which is not right. And right underneath me, and she pulled my shirt up. She pulled it up, and my shirt stayed underneath, and my belly was showing. And it stayed like that for a long time until I was able to stand up and shake it back down. Well, they put me in the handcuffs. Let me tell you, right in here and right in here, where the handcuffs are, hurts like hell. Well, then they put me in the back of the cage car, and it was hot. I mean, very hot in there. And I guess I sat in there probably about 5 or 10 minutes. It felt longer, but Rick said it was only about 5 or 10 minutes. So, but it was hot, very hot. And then finally he got back in the car, and I told him, I said, I'd appreciate if you'd roll down this window. It's hot in here. I said, it's wrong to put somebody in here and it being so damn hot in here, hot. And, oh no, it's only supposed to be 1, not 2. I've been bothered by this all day long, all night long. I didn't sleep good last night at all. I was up at 4 o'clock this morning, so I didn't sleep good. Well, he decided that he was going to go ahead and try to take me on up to the I guess it would be the courthouse, because he had to have a magistrate, he said. Now, mind you, I ain't been in a cop car or seen a cop car in decades. They got some really hard seats. I mean, plastic seats. And if you got your handcuffs in the back, you cannot sit up straight. You have to stay leaned up all the time. And if you have any arthritis or anything, like I do in my hip and my shoulders, then it's really gonna flare up really bad, and you can't do nothing about it, because they have you to where you are not free to do anything. This is supposed to be America. The land of the free. The land of the free. Nobody is free when it comes to a damn person in a costume. Well, I don't say a word to him until we get to the courthouse. And I said, what are we waiting on? And he said, the magistrate. So I got him rolled back down the window, because somewhere down through there he rolled the window up. And I'm like, man, will you roll this window down and keep it down so it's too hot in here? And so he rolled down the window again. A little bit. But then here comes some guy up to the side there. So he rolled the window back up for me to be in the heat. Talk about have no respect for anybody. None whatsoever. Oh, you could sit in there and you cannot have air. You can die not having air because it's so hot in there. Yeah, that's the way it is. And so I told him, I said, look, man, I said, my hip is hurting. I had trouble getting back out of the car because of the handcuffs. And then when he got out and talked to that guy, and then he got me out, and I had a hard time getting out. See, I'm having trouble trying to remember everything. I probably leaving stuff out. But we finally go in there, and I'm having a hard time standing up to walk, which I have to say, he did give me a little bit of respect there and let me be able to get myself. And he said, you need some help out? I said, no, thank you. I'd rather do it myself. I said, I better do it while I can because there's going to be one day I can't do it. And so he let me do it myself. He gave me the, I would say, space of time to do it, which I'm appreciative of doing that. And he took me in there, and I guess the magistrate, he was behind a plexiglass window, and he started filling out paperwork. He had trouble trying to find a criminal record on me. And he says, I can't find you nowhere in the system. And I said, well, if you want to try to find anything, I said, your best bet's go to West Virginia. I said, I got arrested by breaking into my own home and me having the receipt where I pay rent. And he couldn't find anything. So me and the, how old did I say he was? 23? 23, 26? 23? Yeah, we was one of the two. And I sat out there and I talked to him, and I told him about, I said, you spit on every veteran's face that fought for your freedom and my freedom. I said, you spit on their faces. He says, I didn't spit on nobody's faces. I said, metaphorically, you did. This is unconstitutional, what you're doing. And he tried to tell me, well, driver's license is not in the Bible. Yes, it is. Let me tell you what it is. Do unto others. Right there is where your driver's license is. That's where all your rights is. Do unto others. And he did not do unto me. Neither one of them did. But, however, we sat there, or I sat there and talked. And I had to go to the bathroom. And there was no bathroom in there. There was 3 cameras, though. 3 cameras on you. But nowhere to go relieve yourself. And, let's see, we was talking different things. And I started most of the conversation. But I told him, I said, you're spitting on all the veterans' faces. And he said, no, I didn't. And blah, blah. And I told him metaphorically, and I told him how he done it. By doing what he's doing against the Constitution. Against our freedom. And he didn't really have much to say about it at all, which, of course, You know he don't. And then I sit there and I'm like, I started thinking, just thinking. So I started telling him about my dad and him coming down with cancer, and his wife telling him, I'm not going to quit my job, take your ass back and forth to chemo and radiation. And I told him, I said, don't worry about it. I said, God will take care of it. So I went home and I prayed. And that very evening, the husband I had at the time came in and said, I found a perfect car for you. And I was like, thank God, that I got a car. I found the car, you got a car. He said, but we got a problem. I don't know how to pay for it. So, he came home the next day and said, I found a way to get the money for the car. He said, it's taking down a tree, but you got to help me. I was like, okay, I can do that. So while he was cutting down the trees, I was rolling the, the wood that he was cutting down, rolling it over to the truck, where he put it on the truck. Well, the guy that we were doing it for, he was sitting on the front porch, and he saw that one of the pieces of wood rolled back on my foot because we was going up a little hill. And he goes, man, I'd be cussing like crazy right now. I said, sir, you said you can't cuss something that God has blessed. And I told him that. I told him some other things about God, Christ and all. And I was able to witness to him. And I also got to tell him, I said, my mom got pulled over by a cop one time. I said, I really do miss her. I said, and she just took off laughing like crazy. And that cop was like, why are you laughing? And she said, well, you know you're old when it looks like a cop just got out of grade school. Out of kindergarten. And that cop let her go. He let her go. I can't think of what else that we were talking about. But, okay, so the magistrate got ready, got done. I thought they were going to put me in a jail cell. But I was sitting there, and I was like, God, open their heart. Open their heart, Lord. Open it. Don't let them be mean to me. And put me in a cage would most indefinitely be mean to me. So, that magistrate goes, are you willing to sign this piece of paper and you can go home? And I'm like, yeah, of course I am, I ain't stupid. And he said, now let me tell you, if you do not show up for court, he said, it's going to cost you, have to pay this, plus there's going to be more. And I said, yeah, I said, you also have the damn cops come after me too. And I said, I don't want that no more. I said, I'm tired of you guys. And that's what I told him. And so I signed a piece of paper, and I had to go pee bad. I thought I was going to pee on myself. And I told that cop, I said, it's going to be awful damn embarrassing, walking home and me peeing on myself. I said, that's not going to be fun at all. I got to go to the bathroom. And he says, well, I gotta go too, but they ain't one here. And they tried to tell me down the road there's a place I could go in and use the bathroom. And so I signed the paperwork, and he gave me more paperwork. And he goes, now I want you to hear me out. I'm like, okay. And he says, the reason why we have license checks is because of drunk drivers and drivers that don't have no driver's license. He said, when you go and get a driver's license, you say you're going to go against for these rules, and if we tell you you have to give it to us, then you have to show that you got driver's license. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that. And he said, now, it's for your safety, my safety, and everybody's safety if we get drunk drivers off the road. I said, yeah, I can understand that. And I should not use the word understand. Because understand in cop language means I stand underneath you. Okay? So, it bothered me. It bothered me because of what, because I guess because I did it and what he said and all. But, so I signed the paperwork, and we went to go, and he thought he had Rick's phone number. It was supposed to be written right here on this other guy's hand. Okay. And, but the cop asked me, is this your husband's phone number? And I'm like, I don't know. I said, I have it programmed in my phone, but I don't know it by heart. So, it was the wrong phone number. He wrote it down wrong, or Rick told him wrong. One or the other, it don't matter. Yeah, he said he probably told him wrong. But, anyway, we couldn't get a hold of Rick to let him know that I was out and ready to come home. Well, the officer tried his best. I'm not going to say that he didn't. He did. He tried. But it's the fact that they violated me, took away my constitutional rights. It really don't excuse anything, but let's look at it as a human to human. He was trying to be human at this point. And I also told him about how cops kill people. He goes, I've never killed anybody. I said, you're lucky. I said, but you're going to run across a cop that is a bad cop, and he ain't going to care if you die or not. And I said, he will kill you. And I said, you're not going to know it. But that's what that cop's going to do. And anyway, if I could think of what else I've said to him, I'll try to tell you. So we're standing outside, and I'm like, oh my God, I hope I make it to that bathroom. And he was trying to call and let my family know that I was okay and I was out and I was coming home. Oh man, Sandy, you didn't. And then he goes, would it help you if I go ahead and take you home? And I'm like, if you can, I'd appreciate it. And so he gets in the driver's seat, and I go back to the heated cage in the back, and I sit. And I talked to him, pretty well much the whole way home. What I said, I don't remember everything. But we got here at the house, and he let me out. And I'm like, okay, I gotta go to the back door to go in because he let us out right here at the steps. And I come in the back, and as I was coming around, I noticed the car wasn't there. I was like, oh, God, they ain't even home. I'm not going to be able to pee here. So I said, well, I'm going to go down to the neighbor's house and see if they she won't let me come in and use the bathroom, and see if I can't get a hold of Jonathan. Because I should have remembered. Look, Jonathan's not going to answer the phone unless it's on the second ring. Because he knows how I do it. I don't answer the phone. If I don't recognize your phone number, I will not answer the call unless you call me twice. But I was on my way back up the steps and down the sidewalk here. And here come Rick and the one that was driving the vehicle. Rick was telling me that cop, one of the cops, said that he could drive home. And he asked that woman cop, the one that groped me, and she said, I can't tell you if you can drive home or not. So Rick's like, I ain't going to be driving home. Because then you'll be coming after me and getting me because I don't have a driver's license. So Rick was going to pull the car over into the parking lot of the schoolhouse. Now this is from him. I don't know it all. I can only tell you what I do know. And the cop said, now you drive the car over there into the parking lot. And Rick's like, oh, here's something I forgot. When they were putting the handcuffs on me, Rick said, yeah, this is your protecting and your serving. And the guy was going to put them handcuffs really tight on my arm. And Rick said, yeah, make sure you put them tight. And my thought was, whose side is he on, mine or theirs? No, he's seen something I did. I didn't say a word to him. I didn't say nothing. I just let him go. And Rick said that police officer was going to put them handcuffs on me really tight. So he didn't get to. But anyway, back to Rick going into the parking lot. Well, that cop goes, now you just go in the parking lot now. And Rick goes, what was it you said?
I said, where else do you think I'm going to go with 2 kids in my car?
Where else do you think I'm going to go with 2 kids in the car? Like, really, like Rick was going to drive off with and get in a fast chase with them kids in the car. That's stupid. What kind of parents would we be, you know, to hurt our babies? I mean, I know they're not my babies. I know that. But they're my babies. I love them. And, one of the cops was trying to talk to him, and Rick said, "Leave him alone. Don't bother him." I mean, I believe it really traumatized him because Rick said that they were worried about me going them taking me to jail and everything. Okay, and she threw her baby doll her bunny baby out the door. Rick took and threw it in the woods. Said, okay, fine. You want to be that way? Be that way. I think that's pretty well much it. I don't know how long this is, but I'll see what else I can come up with and think if I can remember and all. But they got me on being mean to a police officer. I'm gonna
officer and resisting.
do what now?
Assault on a police officer.
assault on a police officer and resisting. Which, oh, sorry, which I have to say what he done to me and what I done to him was nothing but a natural reaction. You cannot charge somebody on a natural reaction, but they most definitely are. Tuesday, we're going to go see if we can't talk to a lawyer and see what we can do about this, because this right here is not right. It's a natural reaction, and they have no right to charge anybody for that. I think if they convict me, I have like 2 years in prison or in jail. Prison, I don't know which one. They're both the same to me. But I'm going to know the difference if they put me in there. And, or on probation. Now, if they put me on probation, I ain't getting no leg monitor. Did you know it takes 6 months to become a hairstylist? It only takes 6 weeks to become a cop. I told him that the only people that needs driver's license is people that get paid to do it. Converse. But other people are not supposed to have driver's license. You can travel freely.